Hey Yogi, welcome to class. If you're new to the channel, I'm Rhi, this is Drakey, and if you are returning, welcome back. It is cool to practice with you again on YouTube. Before we jump right into class, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. It just helps Drake and I to grow our little spot in the YouTube universe. Nothing's needed for class today unless you know you like to always practice with props. Nothing will be required. So whenever you're ready, meet me in a child's pose at the back of the mat. I'm just going to move Drake out of the way. Come on, boy. So come into a nice wide leg child's pose here. Take the knees as wide as your mat. Have your big toes touching. Ignore me while I just get rid of the dog hair that lives on my yoga mat. And then take the fingertips out beyond you and just sway forwards and back. Don't worry about letting the head or the chest necessarily melt to the mat at this point. Think more about just swaying through the hips and sending the sit bones back and feeling long through the arms. So letting the underside of the arms have a bit of a stretch here. Maybe the fingers come up into little spidey hands and you just walk the fingers away from you. Use the next 3 breaths here just to arrive. Setting an intention for your practice if that is something that you like to do. Nice. From here, we're going to come into a forearm kind of cat-cow place. So bring your knees underneath your hips and have your forearms parallel and flat to the mat. You can tuck or untuck the toes, it's your call. And then as you inhale, we're going to really work through articulating the pelvis very specifically here. So as you inhale, start to flick the tailbone. Then imagine you could move through the spine almost in slow motion until at the very end you find this forearm cow lifting the collarbones through the arms. As you exhale, let's reverse that from the chin. So keeping everything the same, chin will come to chest. Then you'll start to puff through the shoulders, then through the mid-back, and then eventually tuck in the tail all the way under, coming into forearm cat. Inhale, keep everything as it is, start to lift the chin. Now start to drop the belly. The mid-back, start to then flick the tailbone in the other direction. Notice how much harder it is to segment like this, or at least it is for me. As you exhale, chin to chest. Puff through the shoulders, mid-back, ripple along. Last thing to happen is that tuck of the tail, bringing you into this forearm cat. Inhale, lift the chin. Start to drop the shoulders, drop the belly. Lift, lift, lift through your tailbone. Coming into that forearm cow. And then last time here. This time keep the chin where it is. Start to tuck the tailbone under first. And then the mid-back. Puff in through the shoulders. When you can't look forward anymore, you will tuck the chin to the chest. Nice, and then come back to neutral. Give that a little shake out. From here, you can come onto the wrists as normal, or the hands as normal, and take some circles, just warming up here. Really grip the mat with your fingers. And feel free to just sway here, make this nice and individual to you. Moving along the spine, the head, the neck, the shoulders, everything just having a little bit of exploration within the confines of the mat space. one of my favorite phrases, and I'm sure I've picked it up from someone else, but I can't recall who to credit them, is the structure is the quadruped, so the all fours, but within that you just find freedom. So you're just moving around, letting the whole body feel like it's getting a little bit of attention, but at the same time focusing on weight into the wrists, moving across the whole palm, right to left and left to right. Have another couple of breaths here, wherever you've gone, wherever you are with this little wrist warmer. Nice. And then from here, we're going to walk the feet back, the knees back, and find our way all the way down onto the belly. Setting up just to work a little bit more through the spine here before we do get up and start moving, I promise. So fingertips come either side of your mat, setting up for oscillating cobra. And feel free to take them out pretty wide here, imagining that where your head's facing is midday. This is going to be 10 to 2 with the arms. Let the forehead seek the earth. As you inhale, lift the elbows. Start to bring the shoulder blades together. As you do that, allow that to find a little bit of lift for you under the collarbones until you start to lift the chest, the neck, and the head. And then as you exhale, wave it down. Inhale, ripple up. Think about drawing the shoulder blades together to create the lift. Exhale. Wave it down. 2 more just like that. Go at your own cadence. Nice. Whenever you're finished, just pick up your back. Well, they're both behind you, but pick up your right foot. Really, really point it and send it away from you. Imagine your right foot is trying to just get longer than your left. Now pop that foot down and press into the top of the foot. Lift the left leg. Really point the left foot. Again, the left foot's trying to get away from you. And just growing your leg by maybe a centimeter. Drop the left foot down. Press both feet firmly into the mat. Bring both arms alongside the body. Palms facing down. Pinky fingers in. Setting up for Shalambhasana locust pose. Forehead seeks the earth. As you inhale, start to roll the shoulders up and back. Draw the shoulder blades together. Pinky fingers are trying to come together. Lift the feet, lift the legs, lift the head, lift the chest. Shine the heart forward. Lift everything here. Draw the shoulder blades together. Feel the energy whipping up and down the whole posterior chain, the back line of the body. Exhale. Let it go. Take the head to one side. Coming back to center, setting up for another go at this. Palms are flat. Press the feet down strongly just to kind of send a little bit of energy down to the legs before we ask them to work. As you inhale, gather the shoulders up, roll them back and down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. The pinky fingers are trying to come in towards each other. Lift the chest, the gaze is straight out in front, point through the toes, engage the glutes, engage everything here. Be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Bend the elbows, tuck the toes, plant the hands down as if you're setting up for chaturanga, and then push up into high plank. Wave it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. And walk this one out. Feel free to move. You may or may not have landed in the place where you like your hands and feet in down dog, and that's fair. So just feel free to move it out here. And then come into a little bit of stillness. Really bend the knees, flick the tailbone nice and high, squeeze the inner armpits together, just encouraging the back to feel open. And then inhale high into the ball of the toes, deeply bend the knees, ripple forward into high plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, push back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll ripple and wave forward a few times. So inhale, bend the knees deeply, ripple forward, high plank pose. Exhale, push back, down dog. Inhale, ripple forward, but really come high onto the ball of the toes. Tuck the tailbone, bend the knees, bend, 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 and then push away. So wind up the spring, as my teacher would say first. And then bend the knees, wave it back. Down dog. Nice. Roll through into that high plank. This time, either keep the knees lifted or lower them. We'll take a vinyasa. So exhale in full push-up, drop knees and forearms, but back towards heels. Coming through into upward facing dog on your inhale. Wave it back. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Nice. Inhale, high on the ball of the toes, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, spring forward, high plank pose, look forward, exhale, half a full push-up. Drop knees, drop forearms, look forward, come through into that up dog. And when I say half push-up, I just mean push back, down dog. I just mean you can drop the knees there if you'd rather do your push-up on the knees, if that makes you feel more stable and more strong. Last one here, inhale, lift heels, bend knees, tuck, tuck, tuck that tailbone. Spring through. Look forward, exhale. Half or full push-up, drop in knees, drop in forearms, look forward. Coming through into upward facing, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And waving it back. Downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Nice. From here, we're going to come high onto the ball of the toes and walk slowly, one foot in front of the other. Trying to keep the arms as straight as you can. Trying to keep pushing up and out of the hands, up and out of the shoulders until the feet meet the thumbs. Beautiful. Bend the knees. Inhale, fingertips to the shins of the mat. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Beautiful. Root to rise. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Drishti to the fingers. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. Let's take a few more of those half Surya A's here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Look up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Deeply bend the knees, reach the arms up and overhead. Urdhva Hastasana, drishti to the fingers. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold down here. Nice. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. This time, plant your left hand, step your left foot all the way back to the mat. You can lift the right arm here. And then I want you to turn, all 10 toes are going to swivel, so the feet will swivel as well, to face the right side of the mat. Left hip underneath right. You can let the hip lower, and then on your inhale, really reach the arm up, the right arm seeking you to lift. High horizon lunge. Take an inhale here. Try and scoop that left hip under you to really feel the outer right glute work. On the exhale, this right arm is going to feed underneath the left. We're going to turn all 10 toes to face the left side of the mat. Then deeply bend the left knee and come into Skandasana on the left. Hands or no hands. As you inhale, all 10 toes are going to swivel back towards the top end of the mat. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee, drop the left knee down. Reach the arms up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, fingertips to the top of the mat. Gently step that left foot next to the right. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Root to rise. Inhale, reach up, look up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, sweep it up, look up. Feel long here, grow tall. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Bend the knees, this is fine. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, this time right foot will plant. Right hand will plant, right foot will go back. Left arm can lift up. Inhale as you turn all 10 toes to the left side of the mat, coming onto the outer blade of both feet here. The right hip can lower a little bit for you to then reach left arm up and over, feel buoyant. So again, really scoop that right hip underneath you so that the right hip and the left hip are almost in line, but they're side on. Nice. One more inhale here, reach up. As you exhale, start to send the left arm underneath the right armpit. Swivel all 10 toes to the right long side of the mat. Deeply bend the right knee here. Come into Skandasana on this side. Inhale. Start to come forward. Bend the left knee. Drop the right knee. Rise into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale. Fingertips to the mat. Gently step that right foot to meet the left. Coming into Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, drishti to the fingers. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, sweep it up, look up. Exhale to fold. Beautiful. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. On the exhale, either step back to plank or go through Bakasana, crow pose. So if that's in your practice, find crow. We're not going to be here long. And then jump through to your Vinyasa. And you can step back. There's no need. So you could take crow, drop the feet and step back. If jumping back is not quite something you want to do today, that's fine. From here, high onto the ball of the toes, walk one foot in front of the other, nice and controlled, thinking about pushing up and out of the shoulders, trying to keep the shoulders stacked as much as you can. They'll go beyond the wrists at some point. Both feet, top of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, fingertips, shins or thighs. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Let your head go. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. Nice. Come to Tadasana, so arms alongside you, palms facing forward. Let's just take a couple of breaths here now that we've had a little bit of movement. Notice if you can feel that gentle vibration that we all have of swaying side to side. Maybe you feel like you're standing really firm and tall. Maybe you feel like there's quite a bit of sway today. Just acknowledge the place that you're in. As you inhale, start to really lift up through the front of the legs, to lift the kneecaps, to then lift the inner arches of the feet, helping you stand strong. Mountain pose. Nice. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. On the exhale, plant the left hand, step the left foot back. All 10 toes turn to the right again, setting up for high horizon lunge. Inhale, reach the right arm up and beyond you. On the exhale, lower the hips, see if you can tap it to the mat. Inhale, sweep up and over. Exhale, just to tap it down. Inhale, up and over. This time, right arm feeds under the left armpit. All 10 toes turn to face the long side of the mat on the left, and then bend into Skandasana on this left side. As you inhale, dragging yourself back, drop the back knee, bend the right knee, come into Anjaneyasana. Nice. As you exhale, hands will frame the front foot. Start to work to straighten through the right leg to pull it back into this half Hanumanasana, Ardha Hanumanasana. And think about driving down through that right heel and pulling back here, just to really turn on through that leg. You can bend and straighten if you want to work into it a little bit more dynamically. And don't worry about having the right leg bent. That's totally optional. Nice. From here, rebend that right knee. Gently step the left toes to meet the right, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, right hand plants, right foot goes back. Sweep all 10 toes to face the long side of the mat, left side. You can drop that right hip down for a moment and then inhale, reach the left arm up and over. Try and scoop the right hip under the left. Drop it down, maybe on the exhale, find depth. On the inhale, find lift. Exhale. Move into the hips a bit more. Inhale, lift up. On your exhale, left arm is going to feed underneath the right armpit. All 10 toes turn to the right alongside of the mat. Deeply bend the right knee. Find Skandasana on the right. Hands or no hands on the inhale, come to low lunge. All 10 toes face the top of the mat as you reach for Anjaneyasana. Exhale, fingertips, frame the front foot. Start to work to straighten through the left leg. Coming into this Ardha Hanumanasana half split. Nice. From here, rebend that left knee and gently right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise. Urdhva Hastasana. Drishti to the fingers again. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, sweep it up, look up, feel long, grow tall. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Send those hips up to the sky. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. On the exhale, again, option for Bakasana through your Vinyasa. So if you are not yet crowing and you want to try, then try now. And then maybe you just drop the feet down and jump back. There's an option here to suit every practitioner, so find yours. Take an inhale. On the exhale, feet go back. Take your Vinyasa. Coming into up dog. Wave it back. Down dog. Nice job. From here, the right leg's going to lift up. 3-leg dog. On the inhale, right knee to right eye. Come forward into this hovering plank pose. Exhale, send that right leg back up to the sky. Inhale, drive the right knee in, drive it in into the chest. On the exhale, swivel onto the side of the left foot, bring the right knee across to the left, plant the right foot, left hand goes behind you. We're in a tabletop. Inhale, lift up. This is my teacher's very regular sequence. She does it much faster and she explains it much better. On the exhale, lower the hips a little. On the inhale, lift up. From here, reach your right arm up and over. Take half wheel. A wild thing. However that lands for you. Exhale. Rebend the hips. The knees, the hips drop. Rebend the knees. Plant the hand behind you. We're going to lift the left arm. Drive the right knee into the chest. Swivel on that back foot to drop your left hand back down. And the right leg will reach up. 3-leg dog. On the exhale, the right knee drives into the chest. Step right foot by right thumb. Drop the back knee. Inhale to Anjaneyasana. Exhale. Tuck the back toes. Lift into a modified pyramid. Straighten through the front leg. Pull the right toes back towards the right shin. Maybe walk the hands over to the side if that feels good. Nice. Rebend that right knee. From here, plant into your left hand. All 10 toes will turn to the right. Inhale, reach up into that high horizon lunge. Exhale, feed your right arm under your left, all 10 toes to the left. Find Skandasana, back of the mat. Inhale, drag yourself back forward. Drop the back knee, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. On the exhale, plant the hands, find crow or step back to plank and make your way through your Vinyasa. If you're in the crow, be here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Meet me through the Vinyasa on 1. Coming into up dog, waving back. Down dog, nice yogis, left leg lifts. 3-leg dog, inhale, left knee up to left eye, tap it. Exhale, send the left leg back up. Inhale, left knee to left eye, tap it. On the exhale, bend your right knee, swivel onto the outside of the right foot, plant the foot. Then take the left knee over to the right, plant the left foot. Spiral the right hand behind you, plant the right hand. Nice, inhale, lift the hips high, reverse your tabletop. Exhale, give a little. Inhale, lift, send the hips high. Weight into the right arm as you reach the left arm up and over. Find half wheel. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, drop the hips slightly so the left hand can go back to where you got it from. Plant into the right foot, right elbow to left knee. Swivel on the right foot. Take that left leg through and up. 3-leg dog. We're back to where we started. Drive that left knee into the chest. Step through, left foot, left thumb. Drop all 10 toes to space the left side. Drop the right hip. Inhale. Coming into high horizon. Back where we've been. Exhale, feed left arm under right armpit. Turn all 10 toes to the right side. Find Skandasana. Inhale, drag it through into that low lunge. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Work to straighten through both legs. Find modified pyramid. Keep the back heel lifted here. Bend the left knee if you need to. We're looking for a nice long low back. Nice. From here, replant that left foot and gently step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise. Reach up, look up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Nice. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale to fold. Last time here with this little Bakasana transition. So either plant the hands, step back into plank, take a Vinyasa, option 1. Option 2 will be Bakasana, but then you put the feet down to step back. Great place if you're working on crow. Option 3, you're coming with me. So find your crow, lean in, and don't rush to get there. Squeeze the heels into the butt. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Send the shoulders forward if you want to push back on 1. Vinyasa. Coming through to up dog. Wave it back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. From here, look to the top of the mat. Lift heels, bend knees, step or jump. Feet to hands. And then drop your butt all the way down to the mat. Nice. Maybe it's graceful, maybe it's not. It really doesn't matter too much. Cool. From here, we'll play with 8-angle pose, Astavakrasana, but we'll just work through some folds first. So if you know you like to have a blanket under the sit bones for forward folding, do that now. Grab it, press pause. It's not essential, but it does always feel nice. I quite like that myself. So nice. Let's come to Dandasana first. So sitting with the legs out in front, really flexing the toes back towards the shins here, dropping the shoulders down your back, and then just letting the fingertips come to either side of the hips. Really try and lift up, finding neutral with the pelvis as much as possible. So avoiding this, really try and sit up. And if you need to have the hands just behind you to help with that lift, please do. Roll the shoulders back and down, sit tall. Flex those feet back. Nice. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold. Paschimottanasana. You can bend the knees here so that you get the full compression, thighs onto the chest. Wherever you go, try to keep that low belly connection, to the thighs. Inhale to roll back up. Nice. From here, drive your left foot into the inside of the right leg, setting up for Janu Shirshasana here. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Let that left knee just fall out. On the exhale, imagine you could send your collarbones up and over the right leg. So you want to find length here before you kind of round in. Really flex strongly through the right foot, pulling the toes back towards the shin. You can keep looking just beyond the big toe, or you can let the head drop and fold. Rounding in. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Plant that left foot. So bend the left knee, plant the foot next to you. So we're going to work into elephant trunk pose and then move into Astavakrasana, 8 angles. So we'll be working on any bits along the way here. But the hips are pretty warm now from all the kind of high horizons, Skandasana. So we're going to try and use a little bit of that space that we've found. So take the outer side of the left foot. Make sure that the left knee is really bent into the chest here. And then see if you can just, by opening up through the knee there, just start to lift. So eventually you want to try as best you can to get that left back of leg wrapping onto the top of the left shoulder. And then plant your left hand down. Right hand will go outside your right hip, and then from here we're going to lift. Point the toes, see if you can just lift the butt off, hold in elephant. Stay here, or take that right foot, scoot it on top of your left, and see if you can fold down, leaning forward, coming into 8 angle. You can look to the toes or just ahead. And then when you've had enough, lift back out, try to come back the way you came, and drop down. Whew, that's a lot to talk all the way through there. So I hope you had some success there, or one bit of that clicked for you. We'll try it on the other side. So left leg will go long. I'm just going to move over slightly. Drive that right knee into the chest first, plant the right foot, and then open up through the right hip to let that right solar foot come to the inside of that left leg. Inhale, reach the arms up. I like this because it gets length through the side body. Exhale, imagine the collarbones could go up and over the left big toe. So you're trying to go for length here rather than necessarily kind of dropping down. There's time for that, of course. Keep looking over that left big toe, or if you want to, you can fold. Take more of a passive Janu Shirshasana here. Slowly come up and then bring that right knee back in towards the body here. So again, really keep that right knee close into you when you set up here. Take the left hand this time on the outside of the right foot and open through the right knee. So you've got the foot kind of in front of your face. Then you're going to have to open through the right hip a little bit to take it wide so that you can start. And one side's always easier. I'll remember shortly which one I think is my better side. But you want to try and get the right knee, the back of the right knee, up and over your right shoulder as much as possible, but as long as it's over the elbow, you're fine. Then plant left hand outside of left hip, and then just try to lift up, pointing through both toes. Then take the left foot on top of the right, and then as you bend both elbows, letting yourself come down. Coming back through the other way. This is definitely not my good side. Hold it for a moment. And then drop it. Nice. Bring that knee in for a little squeeze and then let the legs go long. You can forward fold here any way you like, just to release. 3, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117 Nice. Take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, rolling up, bending the knees and scooting yourself down, making your way onto your back for Savasana. Nice. It might feel nice to take soles of the feet together and come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe you want left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly. Drop in here. Notice how you are feeling in the hips now versus right at the beginning when we went into our wide-legged child's pose. Close down the eyes. Allow yourself to feel heavy here on the mat. Allow yourself to feel very supported by the earth underneath you. Have a moment of gratitude for the wonderful body that you inhabit, the vessel for your spirit that carries you through the world. And then have a moment of gratitude for you, for the motivation to get onto your mat and move through your asana practice. Some days it's not easy just to get on the mat, but once you make that journey to step on and start to move, the work is already done. This is where Drake and I will leave you, but I do encourage you to stay for as long as you can, down-regulate the body. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. I bow to you and all of your efforts, Yogi. I hope to see you on the channel again soon.